Alrighty, hi, my name is Trinity. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before we get started, let's get the normal usual things out of the way. So first off, all the decks I used are listed down in the description below. Black Lives Matter and SARS donations are also listed in the description. And if you'd like to see more of me, or if you'd like to get a personal reading, you can check out my Instagram and TikTok linked down in the description. Yeah, Instagram is the best way to ask for a reading. Yeah, so today we are going to be doing a general reading for December 2020 for Earth signs. That is going to be in the order of Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say right at the moment, so let's just get started with it. I'll meet you at Cap. All right, Capricorn, so I got your cards all picked out. Your spread is all here, so let's just dive right on into it. First card you got for where you're at right now, Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is all about a new beginning in, you know, creativity or something that makes you feel passionate, you know. Yeah, so a new beginning or a new start surrounding that. To clarify that, you got the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is all about looking on the, like the negative side of things, and it's kind of like focusing on the worst parts and not really looking at all the silver linings. It's feeling like let down and disappointed, but only because you're focusing on like the bad parts of the picture, right? Because you got the Three Cups knocked over, and you got two still standing, but he's just sitting there staring at the three. So, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit down. Just tired. Just so focused in on that bad side. Can't look at what you do have left. To clarify that further, you got the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is all about friction, arguments, it's fights. Yeah. It feels like weaponizing things against someone, because he's like lurking around, picking up all the swords and stuff. Just ready to use them on those other two. Yeah. And as your final clarifier, you got the Page of Swords, or the Princess of Swords in this deck. So the Page of Swords is all about, so pages are like immature figures. They're young, immature, you know, energy. It's like immature communication. It can be like spying, you know, like Facebook stalking, like lurking, gossiping, things like that. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so it looks like you just, I mean, you're in the space of starting something new, you know? You know, this could be the kind of stuff that maybe you're dealing with at the moment, you know, kind of dealing with shitty people in your life that weaponize things against you, or go through your shit and are nosy and snooping, or something. I don't know, you know. Yeah. Anyway, your second card for what you need to know, you got the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the like daily work to make something feasible and make something happen. It's putting in effort and time to get what you need to do done and things like that. Yeah. To clarify that, you got the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is all about, you know, having to decide what's next. You got the whole world in your hand. You got options. Where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? It's the planning stages of a new journey. You're going from the Ace of Wands to the Two of Wands. You're starting out. You're taking the steps. As further clarification, you got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is harmony, peace, balance. It could be a soulmate card. If you're dealing with someone. Yeah, it's just a card of harmony and being at peace, you know, harmonious like relationships, whether it's a partner or, you know, like friends, family, anything that could be, you know, having friction in it, you know. Your final clarifier for what you need to know, you got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is all about healing and moving on from the past. So, you know, taking the steps, doing the work, just working on what you need to, fixing what you need to, and putting in the effort on that is gonna lead to sort of healing, a kind of balancing, you know? I mean, things are still gonna happen, life's still gonna be crazy, but I don't know. Some things might kind of come into balance. You might have a couple things fewer on your plate, you know? Your final card for your most likely outcome, you got the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is all about, you know, things taking off really quick, you know, success coming in quickly, you know, it's like plans, and things moving along a lot faster than you expect. To clarify that, you got the Sun, which is a card of success, triumph, happiness, joy. It's a very good card to pull. And as further clarification, you got the Eight of Cups, which is all about moving on from the past and leaving things behind in order to go towards something better. And your final clarification is the Nine of Cups, which is a card of wish fulfillment, satisfaction, you know, it's like getting everything you want, kinda. Yeah, so it looks like December's kind of gonna be a new start for you. You have some issues to leave behind. You might have someone you have to cut out, or, you know, just be aware that they're there, I guess. I don't know. Your boundaries are up to you, but, yeah. You got some past hurt and past pain to heal and move on past, but it looks like you are going to be, doing the work on that, and then moving on to point B, doing that, moving on from it, and then point C, Nine of Cups. So, yeah, I hope that helped somebody. I hope that gave some kind of insight or clarity as to how the month of December 2020 is going to be going for you. If you have any, you know, criticisms or anything of that nature, you can go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. I'd be so very happy to read it. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Bye. All right, Virgo, so I got your cards all picked out. Your spread is all here, so let's just dive right on into it. First card you got for where you're at right now, King of Chalices. So the King of Cups is all about, you know, emotional stability and growth and maturity. It's being in control of yourself and, you know, your feelings, and just being a very sturdy, stable kind of person. Being in touch, but also in control, you know? So it feels like you're kind of coming into that state, that kind of balance of practicality and emotion, you know? To clarify that, you got the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is all about, you know, disillusionment, seeing through, you know, somebody's stories, leaving past toxic cycles behind. It's moving on towards a better path and leaving behind these things that are weighing you down. As further clarification, you got the Four of Pentacles, which is all about, you know, possession and keeping what is yours. You know, it's like a greedy card. He's holding all those pentacles there, like he can't let them go. He doesn't want to let them go, and it's out of this insecurity that if he lets something go, it means it's not his anymore, you know? As your final clarifier for where you're at, you got the Eight of Swords, which is all about, you know, it's like being trapped by your own negative thoughts, your own feelings, and your own way of thinking. It's it's being held in place, stagnant by all your fears, pretty much. So I feel like you are, and you have the ability to come into this space of the King of Cups. But that requires you to leave behind some things that you are very possessive over. You don't like giving up your things. Whether they're things, people, behaviors, you know, whatever. You're scared to give it up. Yeah. For what you need to know, you got the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, disclaimer as always, I don't normally read reversals. I do if I feel called to, and you got 2 reversals in this spread, so it is what felt right. Anyway, so the Ten of Swords in reverse is all about moving on from the pain of the past, letting it go, leaving it behind, and just picking up and starting over. It's learning from it and moving on, you know? Like the Ten of Swords in the upright is the final nail in the coffin, and in the reverse, it is the final punch to the coffin lid so that you can dig yourself out of being buried alive. Or whatever, you know, but I wanted to stick with the coffin metaphor. Yeah, it's the last step to, you know, it's the last, like, flight of steps to getting up to fucking wherever you're going, you know? To clarify that, you got the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is all about abundance. He is prosperity, you know. Again, he's a king, very stable, secure figure, very practical, very intelligent, you know, and very about his money. Pentacles is the suit of money. So, yeah. So I feel like, you know, This is kind of an energy that you're trying to embody. Maybe it's one that's, you know, easier for you to be when you're at your best. It's, you know, Earth as well. So it's not as feelingsy and emotional as the King of Cups is, you know? So yeah, feels like you already have a portion of yourself figured out, right? You have a part of yourself on lock. You're like, yeah, we got it. And you're coming into learning how to deal with other parts of yourself. That can be hard. As further clarification, you got the Ten of Swords, not the Ten of Swords, you already had the Ten of Swords. You got the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so the Four of Swords in reverse is all about coming out of isolation. It's, you know, a card of healing and moving on from past heartbreak and the things that hurt you. It can indicate feeling a bit restless. Yeah. And your final clarification for what you need to know, you got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is all about healing and moving on from the past, definitely, fully, you know? So I don't think you're gonna keep holding on to the things that are keeping you stagnant and keeping you back. I do think that you are gonna let them go. Yeah. Anyway, your final card for your most likely outcome, you got the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is, you know, it's a young kind of energy. It's inexperienced, maybe is the better word for that. It's an inexperienced energy, it's kind of hesitant, taking the first steps towards growth, towards this learning, you know, taking the first few steps. To clarify that, you got the Tower. The Tower is all about sudden, abrupt change. It is inevitable. You cannot stop it. Well, I mean, you can stop it if you take the steps to avoid it. But, you know, sometimes when you don't know what those steps are, how can you avoid it? It doesn't feel bad though. Sometimes you get the Tower and it's like, oh, yikes. No, this just feels like it's gonna be a really big change. It's gonna be something you have to get used to, and I feel like it's gonna push you more onto the path that you need to be for growing. As further clarification for that, you got Temperance, which is all about Temperance is all about balance and not allowing yourself to get swept up. It's acceptance of not having control of things. It's acceptance and patience. So, I guess embody that if you want to make it through. Your final clarifier for your most likely outcome, you got the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is all about, you know, being right on the edge of success. It is, you know, it's been hell, it's been tough getting there, but you're coming out of it, you're coming out of the woodwork now, you know. You're making it back to civilization. You're making it back to where you want to be and towards healing. So I feel like overall, December 2020 is going to be a pretty good month for you, Virgo. Yeah, if you have any comments or criticism, feel free to go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. I'd be really happy to read it. And that's all I have to say. So I hope you have a good rest of your night. Bye. Okay, Taurus, so I got your cards all picked out, your spread already here, so let's just dive right on into it. Your first card you got for where you're at right now, you got the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, teamwork, you know. Yeah, it's working with others to make a goal or something happen. To clarify that, you got the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is all about nostalgia, looking back on the past, on your childhood, you know, things like that. Could be childhood friends or, you know, things along that line. As further clarification, you got the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is all about feeling left out in the cold, you know, feeling left out and not really cared for. And your final clarification is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is all about betrayal and heartbreak and just a big feeling of pain. So I feel like, you know, this could be you like working with people, with friends and people that know you and care about you to deal with this heartbreak kind of situation you're dealing with. Yeah. Anyway, your second card for what you need to know, you got Justice. So Justice is kind of like how it sounds. It's balancing of the scales. It's a good, can be a good omen if you're dealing with a legal situation or, you know, could be dealing with someone who works in the law field or something along those lines. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a retribution, karmic retribution. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, it's just a balancing and righting of wrongs, kind of. To clarify that, you got the Magician. So the Magician is all about, you know, manifestation, actualization, you know, making things happen, using your skills and your abilities to cause change. Yeah. As further clarification, you got the Sun. So the Sun is a card of joy, happiness, it's success, triumph. So it's a very good sign to get in a reading. And your final clarification is the Five of Swords. So to me that kind of comes off as, yeah, I'll explain that. The Five of Swords is a card of fighting, friction, arguments, conflict, things like that. So to me, that kind of feels like that's kind of gonna be kicked out of your life with that Justice. Whether it's you cutting out this person that's been causing you pain, causing you friction, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's gotta be you cutting them out, because, or they just dip, they just ghost, who knows. But once they're out of the situation, you're gonna start moving on towards that Sun, that happiness. Your final card for your most likely outcome, you got the Knight of Cups. the Nine of Cups, not the Knight of Cups, my bad. So the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, satisfaction. It is, you know, having everything you could want, you know. So it's a very good card to end on. I mean, your outcome is wish fulfillment. Can't complain there. To clarify that, you got the Lovers. So the Lovers could be, you know, soulmates. It also is just a card of, you know, making decisions, looking at yourself, what you value, your own moral code, compared to, you know, if it is, you know, a lover or just somebody else who's in a close relational kind of thing in your life. Yeah. As further clarification, you got the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is all about starting the journey. It's, yeah, it's starting the journey, starting to, you know, walk on your trail, walk on your path. And your final clarification is the Devil. So the Devil is, you know, it's a card of the things that we allow to control and bind us. The word sensuality keeps popping up into my brain. Yeah, it's a card of sexuality, you know, if there is someone that you're dealing with, be wary of allowing toxicity into your life because the dick is good. That's the only way I can think to phrase it. Look at, you know, you're gonna have to make a choice. Look at what you value and what, you know, morally you can abide by and stand by, and make a decision based on that. Don't keep toxicity in your life just because the sex is good, or just because they have money, or just because, you know, because that kind of stuff isn't worth keeping someone draining or negative around. Yeah. So, overall, it feels like December is just gonna be a month of healing and moving on for you, and you're gonna have to make some choices. And I hope that whatever you do, it puts you on the right path to get where you need to be. If you have any comments or criticisms, you can go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. I'd be so very happy to read it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Bye.